Now I'm feeling limitless. Why life's so serendipity. My cash is landed heftily. You're looking at the man, sheriff. I am not your deputy. Player Bill Bellamy. My tailor's in Beverly. I still stand steadily and standing on integrity. Standing on my 2 feet, flying with the crew.
Listen, tell me about Erasmus, the man himself. When you're not rapping, where can we find you? What are you doing?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Yes.
That's a hard one. So
Not necessarily partying per se, but what do you do outside of this?
So I am active duty military.
Really?
Yeah, I am active duty military. I've been moving around with those guys for a minute. You know, when you're active duty, you move every 2 to 3 years. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of hard to say where you can find me because I'm always on the move. Mm-hmm. And then, hell, I got a place that I rent out. I don't even live there. I'm always on the road. Every weekend I'm going somewhere. You know, we was just in L.A., shot from New York to Boston, you know, from Virginia to Carolina, about to hit Atlanta and Savannah next weekend. So, like, I'm constantly on the move, man.
Literally going global.
Going global, yeah.
Literally going global.
Let's go national. I ain't been out the country.
National.
I ain't been out the country since, well, now I'm lying because I did just go over there to
I'm
Europe.
lying.
Yeah, I'm lying. I did just go to Europe. I was in Germany about 2 months ago, but 2020 kind of, you know, that COVID stuff kind of messed things up, and I really ain't been global as much as I want to. So I feel like that the stuff's starting to reside now, and we're going to get back to making moves and getting paid.
Okay. Let's pop back to that for a minute. When you were in Germany, what was that experience like, if you can talk about it? And when you were over there, did it stop your process? Were you doing any rapping over there, or were you all focused on that?
No. My whole time out there in Europe, I was definitely doing my thing. I had other duties and obligations that I had to fulfill. If you're talking about this last trip out there, and those are some things I won't speak on.
Okay.
But of course, on my downtime and when I had time to prepare, I was always like writing. Yeah. Really.
Listen, I want to know, how the fuck do you do both? Is it hard for you to go from Erasmus going global to the military man that's jumping out of planes, that's commanding everybody? Is it hard to make that transition? I would think so.
No, not at all.
Yeah?
I think it coincides with who I am, or maybe the duality of who I am. The jumping out of plane stuff. I'm glad you mentioned that because I don't think the audience knows that.
Yeah,
you've seen it in the video. So I like skydiving. Skydiving is fun. I learned how to skydive in the military in Yuma, Arizona. And I think it's just an awesome experience. I think everybody should try it. You know, it's one thing to be
I don't think everybody should try it.
Why not? You want to try it?
No, I don't want to try it.
Why not?
No, I'm not
Go up
doing
there.
it. We'll leave that up to you.
Go up there. You can do it.
I could go up there and I'll watch you, but I'm not jumping out of the plane.
I think it's nice. I think it's nice, even to be in charge of troops and to do this military thing is a beautiful thing. But there's a side of me that's never left.
Right.
You know, I've been rapping before I joined the military. You know what I'm saying? I've been a person who's known music. I played the piano, and I know music before the military. So, and I have a whole life in Chicago before I ever put on this uniform. So that's something I can't never forget, and I got to stay true to myself. So, but on the other hand, there's growth. We must grow. You know, there's things like discipline, things like core values, being a man in general. You know, these are things that I feel like this younger generation of rappers don't have. And that they need to actually stand on, because when you got these young men, and I hate to say it, you got these cats YSL, these guys are indicted and going to jail. A lot of these young guys are going to jail. Hell, that don't make no sense to me. I didn't make the money I make right now to go to jail.
Right.
So don't let me become famously known as an artist with all the eyes on me, and I think that I'm still do something ignorant. Like, nah, it just don't work like that.
That's when you got to leave that side alone.
You leave that stuff alone, man. It's over, fellas. It's done.
I agree. So speaking about you being a jump master, literally free falling out of planes. Do you get nervous? Yeah, free falling out of planes.
Free balling.
Do you get nervous at all? I know you said you enjoy it and it's a beautiful experience, but are any nerves before you do it?
Like, on a command to stand up, that's when the nerve, if any nerves come, it usually comes then. But for me, as a jump master, and I know people going to kill me for saying this, the only nerves come from not wanting to mess up.
Okay.
You got to do this enormous calculation. You got to calculate from 1,000 feet to 4,000 feet. Then you got to calculate from 4,000 feet up to 12,000 feet, or whatever altitude you're jumping at. You got to calculate that, And after that's calculated, you got to plot it on the map. And when you plot it on the map, when you get up there and you're flying, you have to see whatever you plotted on that map.
It's like a pinpoint?
Yeah. Like you have a spot, usually called the HARP. It's a high altitude release point.
I never knew this. Sorry.
All right. So you see this high altitude release point, and you're supposed to see it from the bird. And it's just like getting it right. Now, when you get up and you get those guys command to go, and they jump out this damn sucker, you want to make sure that, hey, my math was right, and everybody's going to get back to the drop zone.
So that's you're in charge of people's lives.
Yeah. That's the only nervous part about it. Like, did I jack up? And usually, you didn't jack up because you work with the Air Force, and they use their computer, so everything usually jives up, and it's like, okay, we're good to go. And just go out there, execute, and be confident in what you do.
But if your math is wrong, somebody is
somebody might not make that drop zone.
Somebody is done.
They landed somewhere they don't need to. That's bad.
Okay.
Now I'm feeling limitless. Why life's so serendipity. My cash is landed heftily. You're looking at the man, sheriff. I am not your deputy. Player Bill Bellamy. My tailor's in Beverly. I still stand steadily and standing on integrity. Standing on my 2 feet.